So I had the opportunity a couple months ago to sit in a meeting with some pharmaceutical psychedelic science heads, some people who are actively attempting to make psilocybin medicine that is like better in some way than mushrooms, is what they were saying. And one of the things that they said they were trying to do was to take out the darkness, to take out the part that's dark. And as I'm sitting in this call with these people, none of which who have taken over an eighth of mushrooms ever, who think that like is like enough to know anything about it. As I was sitting there listening to them, these, you know, white male scientist type telling me that they want to remove the darkness from mushrooms to make it a better experience for people to heal with. And I'm like, really? Yeah, no, that doesn't work for me because that's where the healing is at. The healing is inside of that with mushrooms. Very, very much so. I'm personally someone who works with mushrooms on a very high dose level. I am at about 14.44 grams in my highest dose journey so far, and I am going for the gold, the 40 grams mark that Kalindi E. May he rest in peace. Check out my upcoming EP, memorializing his energy and his teachings if you haven't heard his teachings. But I'm one who has, like, you know, been going through the gates and the deaths and the rebirths and the hard lessons that the mushroom has to teach you. And I think that the darkness, the hard part is actually like what the whole journey is for. It's like all of the beautiful colors and moments of bliss and euphoria, like that's all good, but like that part where your stuff comes up, that part where you actually get a chance to really look at where there's wounding, where there's like core trauma, where there's things going on in your system that you haven't been able to acknowledge or look at from your like ego and conscious, like kind of alpha brainwave state. Like that's where the mushrooms is very, very powerful. It can take you into deep inner child regressions and like bring forth different parts of your consciousness that really need to be heard, that you've been suppressing, you know, and need to heal in order to really look at yourself and become a better, more capable version of yourself. I mean, I even like to the growth of my sound and the growth of like my ability to understand and comprehend music, and like just to feel held by my own self. Mushrooms has been like such a huge teacher in that, and like completely eradicating the fear of death. Like all of these very powerful things that you don't get if you don't allow yourself to go through the part that is shadowy, the part that is dark and moist, like the soil that the mycelium grows in. Like that is the biggest part about the experience. So yeah, it just leaves me feeling a little bit concerned with the headspace that some of these science heads are in, that are trying to enter the psychedelic medicine journey space and have a voice in. And it's like they're missing some pretty key components of the medicine journey and like what it actually means to heal with these medicines and like how they work. And so it feels, it's concerning, you know, like, okay, well, these people like don't get it, and they have a lot of resources and influence and are trying to put it out there in a way that is less than whole for how people are supposed to experience and heal with these medicines. So I just wanted to share that with you guys and like hear like what you think. Like, what do you think? You don't have to agree with me. Maybe you feel differently, but you know, love to hear about your journeys if you are one that journeys, or if you have questions about that. And yeah, how do you feel about the part of the psychedelic mushroom experience where you have to be faced with whatever is the lessons that come through, and the importance of that part of the journey for our healing. How's what I'm saying resonating for you? Please share in the comments. I would love to know.